so ungrateful to be alive.
Man, all you gotta do is do your
In choosing
research.
how to react to this situation, your lifelong instincts will tell you to do one thing, but I implore you to do the opposite. Let the games begin.
Find out some things you probably didn't want to know. You know what I mean?
Somebody has to die.
FBA ADOS. It was started by LGBT person.
Thing I want to do is I want to get a buzzword you're just constantly seeing on social media is woke. I want to hear Yvette Carnell's definition of woke.
I hear a lot of people talk about what it means to be woke. And apparently being woke means advocating for everybody. I'm woke if I advocate for trans people. I'm woke if I advocate for Mexicans. I'm woke if I advocate for anybody who's not a white man. And what I'm telling you is that in order to be woke as a native black person, as a descendant of slaves and sharecroppers and all of that, what woke means being understanding who you are, understanding your community and your tribe, and advocating first and foremost specifically for your tribe. Now you can have allies who also advocate for themselves and advocate for your tribe. But what you have to do before you form any kind of allyship, you have to form an agreement. You have to have terms of service. You don't advocate from this sort of other position of just doing everything for everybody. You advocate in terms of what it means for you and your community. You have to differentiate who you are as opposed to who everyone else is. So if you're going to be woke, the first thing I need you to do is understand who you are, understand who is in your tribe, understand who is outside of your tribe, and understand the policy initiatives that need to be taken to move your tribe forward in terms of opportunity in the 21st century.
Let the games begin.
Memos views this immigration issues through a racial lens for the presidency.
On the racial front, Talking Points has analyzed the vote on Tuesday. We found that more than 1 million African Americans stayed home as compared to 2012. The stats are these. There were about 15.6 million votes cast by blacks. In 2012, that number was 16.7 million. The effect was devastating on the Democrats as Trump won Wisconsin by just 27,000.
On the video I made about Yvette Carnell, I'll leave it in the description box below if you want to watch it. By up y'all, and I had to agree with him, and I told him I was going to have to use that definition. And I definitely decided to use that definition after somebody else in the comment section let me know that Yvette Carnell has a master's degree in political science and she worked on Capitol Hill. And it's like, you got all that, but you didn't understand by attacking Hillary and encouraging people not to vote for her was by definition supporting Trump. That's the reason I put those two clips in the beginning. Because people seem to not understand that. There's only two political parties, and to vote for Hillary was by definition helping Trump. Vote Democrat. You are by definition Republican and Democrat.
What's up, YouTube? Hey, I ain't gonna lie, this one did hurt. This one did hurt. You know, sometimes you gotta tell a motherfucker good shot. You gotta tell a motherfucker that was a good one. Yeah, ADOS, FBA is a PSYOP. Tariq Nasheed, K Flex, Marcus, whatever his name change was. Yvette Carnell, LGBT, Bart Simpson looking ass. Done ran game on us. Let's get it, y'all.
So I want to take this time to actually explain how this whole ideology came to be. Because remember, FBA comes out of ADOS. It's a splinter group, but they still hold on to the ideology. So for you to really understand why FBA operates the way it operates and why they believe what they believe, we must first go back. I'm going to play a clip of Tariq Nasheed when he first started repping ADOS, then known as DOS.
Tonight. You say Yvette Carnell made up the DOS term? That's a good term. I'll take my hat off to her. The DOS term is a very good term. I actually like that. Descendants of slaves or descendants of slavery. Very good term. Now, I like that term. You know, I have my differences with Yvette Carnell, but sometimes people do good things. I like that term. American DOS, descendants of slaves, descendants of slavery. All right. I'm here. That's a very good codified term. I like that. And we need to jump on terms like that. You dig? Shout out to Yvette Carnell and Antonio Moore. One thing I do commend them about, and Antonio, I've seen some of his videos, he brings good information. You know, they speak up for the African or the Black American experience.
As you heard, family, Tariq is such a grifter that he was trying to steal the term, but somebody in the audience, several people actually, in the live stream audience, made it clear that, hey, that's Yvette Carnell's term. And he had to acknowledge it. You could see it in his face that he didn't want to do it, but he had to. He tried to steal the term in true grifter fashion. So, as time would go on, he got down with ADOS. He got down with them, and then he started trying to push his own thing, which at first was Native Black American, but then he realized, hey, I can't trademark this. So he went back, and he couldn't get that to pop. So he went back to ADOS, and then he came up with the bright idea of foundational Black American, something that he could trademark and he could push. And remember, when he did that, he was still preaching that foundational Black American and ADOS is the same thing. Two terms that mean the same thing. Before he started beefing with Yvette Carnell and ADOS, and he made it a full-blown splinter group, excuse me. But he still held on to the ADOS ideology. And what is the ADOS ideology, and who is Yvette Carnell? Well, Yvette Carnell is the founder and leader of ADOS. This is her that you see on your screen right now with the MAGA hat. She created DOS, which now is ADOS, in about 2016, 2017. Around the same time, she was a board member for PFA. What is PFA? Progressives for Immigration Reform. And all you have to do is go to irs.gov and you can look them up. They're a tax-exempt organization. You can get their tax records. And then when you look it up, there you see Yvette Carnell, Director. Yvette Carnell, Secretary. Yvette Carnell, Secretary again. That's right, Yvette Carnell. She was a board member, a high-ranking board member of a hate group. And some will say, well, show me that PFA is a hate group. Because you're showing me that she's a board member, but you're not showing me that it's a hate group. Well, I'm going to do that for you right now. And we're going to start at the beginning with the man himself, John Tanton. He's now deceased, but he is the father of the modern anti-immigrant movement. Now, let's just read about him a little bit. John Tanton was the racist architect of the modern anti-immigrant movement. He created a network of organizations, the Federation for American Immigration Reform, the Center for Immigration Studies, and Numbers USA, that profoundly shaped the immigration debate in the U.S. About John Tanton, a retired Michigan ophthalmologist, Tanton had white nationalist beliefs and wrote that to maintain American culture, a European American majority is required. In his own words, I've come to the point of view that for European American society and culture to persist requires a European American majority, and a clear one at that. December 10, 1993, a letter to the late Garrett Harding, a controversial ecology professor. Now that we have learned about the racist architect of all this anti-immigrant bigotry that we see now we need to learn about the organizations he created and the networks that they spawned. Federation for American Immigration Reform. The Federation for American Immigration Reform, FAIR, is a group with one mission: to severely limit immigration into the United States. Although FAIR maintains a veneer of legitimacy that allows its principals to testify in Congress and lobby the federal government, this veneer hides much ugliness. FAIR leaders have ties to white supremacist groups and eugenicists and have made many racist statements. Its advertisement has been rejected because of its racist content. FAIR's founder, the late John Tanton, has expressed his wish that America remains a majority white population, a goal to be achieved presumably by limiting the number of non-whites who enter the country. One of the group's main goals is to upend the Immigration and Nationality Act of 1965, which ended a decades-long racial quota system that limited immigration mostly to Northern Europeans. FAIR's president, Dan Stein, has called the act a mistake. And now that we have some background information on FAIR, the flagship organization, now we're going to learn about PSYOP's connection to FAIR. The same PSYOP that Yvette Carnell was a board member of, that she only resigned from being a board member of after she got outed and exposed for being a board member of PSYOP, and people started to realize, hey, PSYOP is just a white nationalist front. And she left them to maintain some level of legitimacy, even though I don't understand how she could maintain any legitimacy for being a part of a white nationalist front group, especially at that higher of a rank. Because there's no way you're that stupid that you didn't realize what was going on. You knew. But she left to maintain some level of legitimacy. But here, we're going to get some background information into PSYOP. Many speakers at PSYOP's events have links to John Tanton, the racist founder of the modern anti-immigrant movement. Representatives from Numbers USA and the Center for Immigration Studies, groups founded by Tanton, participated. The incestuous nature of the Tanton network was embodied in the person of PSYOP's executive director, Leah Durant, who formerly was employed by FAIR's legal arm, the Immigration Reform Law Institute. FAIR, which the Southern Poverty Law Center lists as a hate group, was founded by Tanton, who still serves on the group's board. For a time, Durant also was a part of Choose Black America, a FAIR front group supposedly representing the interests of African Americans concerned with high levels of immigration. The group disintegrated not long after its first press conference, which was paid for and stage managed by FAIR. Now, why is this so significant? It's significant because it shows that, one, FAIR is a hate group, and PSYOP is a front group for that hate group. So PSYOP is also a hate group. And more alarming is that PSYOP and FAIR both go out their way to create African American groups to be fronts for them. Because if you don't know, Leah Durant is black. And as you just heard me, they created a black group just for her. They have created, platform, hired, and just signal boost many black organizations. Why? Because their number one strategy is to make black people the face of the anti-immigrant movement. To say, look, it's not racist. Look, we got black people saying that we have a problem with immigration too. That's what makes this so alarming. That's their whole thing. Be anti-democrat and be anti-immigration. To make black people the front group for that. Now it's starting to click for y'all. Why ADOS, Friedman, and FBA, all they talk about all day is anti-democrat nonsense, and they also talk about anti-immigrant nonsense all day. That's all they do. That's all they do. If you look at all their timelines, it's just about how do we attack the Democrats, how do we launder the behavior of the Republicans, and how do we attack immigrants, especially black immigrants. Because that's another way they can really prove that, hey, this is not racial, because not only are black people out in front of the anti-immigrant movement, they are also attacking black immigrants the most. So you know this is not racial. This is just, Americans being concerned about immigration levels. Now it's clicking, right? It's clicking where Tariq went from hitting colors to now he hates black immigrants. And he loves Trump and the Republicans. It's starting to click now. Remember, he got this ideology from Yvette Carnell. Yvette Carnell, who works for PSYOP. She used to work for PSYOP. Not just work for them, a board member of PSYOP. A white nationalist front group that goes around creating black groups to launder their behavior. And to better show you another example of how PSYOP and FAIR uses these black organizations and creates them, I'm going to touch on the Black American Leadership Alliance. And we're going to show you how PSYOP uses them. What Bala did not say in that letter or during a press conference in April when it called itself the African American Leadership Council was anything about its provenance. There's a good reason for that. It turns out that Bala is simply the latest front group for FAIR, the flagship of a network of anti-immigrant organizations founded by the white nationalist John Tanton. When it first emerged in April, Bala was openly sponsored by another FAIR front called PSYOP, purportedly an organization concerned about the environmental impact of immigration. As late as June, the media spokesperson and phone number listed on Bala's press releases were associated with PSYOP. Bala is not the first African American front group formed by FAIR. In 2006, an organization called Choose Black America appeared on the scene. Its black members were selected, flown to press conferences in Washington, lodged there by FAIR. The group's spokesman was a white FAIR official. Though CBA fell apart soon after its debut, the Taunton Network's dream of appearing to represent a rainbow coalition did not die with it. In 2011, FAIR briefly sponsored Blacks for Equal Rights Coalition, a LA-based anti-immigrant organization that has been celebrated by the white supremacist Council of Conservative Citizens. Bala's members includes a familiar cast of Taunton allies, notable among them Leah Durant, an African-American lawyer who is also PSYOP's executive director. Durant, who once worked for FAIR's legal arm, also spoke at the press conference held to announce the creation of CBA. As you've seen, family, this looks so familiar. ADOS, FBA, Freeman, they're looking a lot like the CBA and Bala and all the other organizations, because we didn't even talk about US blacks, all that. And as you also heard, Tanton's dream was to create a quote-unquote rainbow coalition of anti-immigrantness, where he and all his rainbow quote-unquote coalition consisted of was trying to hire black people and platform black people to be anti-immigrant and to spew racist white talking points about immigrants and say nothing about white immigrants, attack Democrats, and be silent on Republicans. Don't this look familiar? This is what I've been telling y'all for years. This has always been the case with this group. They are a hate group. Remember?
Yes, family.
Please do not do it. Because there's a difference in the fact that Democrats don't try to stop black people from voting. They don't try to take away your voting rights because they need your voting rights. They don't try to take those away. And the Republicans do. They're trying to take rights away from you. Black people have been fighting for over 150.
Black patriarch.
And I have the pleasure today to be...
Hi. Welcome to Set Enterprises. This is our new Jackson
African American imprint in the world of technology.
Meet Andrell Harris, the
Blessings, everyone. Sappho, the auto.
What's going on? But I'm saying with Yvette Carnell, I see the propaganda. She's LG, what you call it? LGBTQ, LGBT. That's who she really is. You know what I'm saying? She's using y'all to make money and create divisions among black people. Fact. Get the fuck on out of here.
Yeah, man. Damn, we got to take this one on the chin. I'm gonna let this one ride out. I ain't gonna read all this. It's a lot to take in. You can pause, slow it down, read what you want. But a lot of this shit started with motherfucking Talib Kweli. He did that article. He kind of brought out the John Tanton shit. He brought out the Yvette Carnell white supremacy job and you know, how they use the Rainbow Coalition to do the immigrant thing. And then what are the chances we got the tether movement? You know what I mean? Like, sometimes you can't argue with the shit. But most of the shit that you're gonna read is kind of gonna validate and go into further detail from some of the shit we just ran through. But yeah, I ain't gonna read this shit. It's a lot, but this Talib Kweli, now you know the LGBT thing is a throw off. It's a throw off. Come on, then you want to be a white man. You want to be a white man. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. You know, you'd have been better off saying nigga. If you want to FDB, FM, what is it? FBA, ADOS. You know what I mean? Now, in reference to the Fat Joe shit, we still standing on business because we know you talking about niggas. I don't give a fuck what you saying. If I say fruit, banana, yellow food that peels off, you still talking about the same shit. Or if you say FBA or niggas, you still talking nigga. But, yeah, pause and read this shit if you want, man. It basically just, it's all saying, she an agent, she a plant. She's an operative of like COINTELPRO. You know what I mean? She's Huey Newton. And the fact that Tariq
so
right there with it, man, would make sense why they not together.
In choosing how to react to this situation, your lifelong instincts will tell you to do one thing, but I implore you.
Man, it makes sense that they not together, but they got the same name. Nobody sued nobody. Man, you know what fucks me up?
Somebody has to die.
It's Tone Talks. I thought Tone Talks was 1,000. If y'all don't know who Tone Talks is, go check Tone Talks out. Must see nigga right there. Moors, right? But, you know, he talking foundational black man, he talking ADOS, but damn, I hate the thing he got. I'm hoping he don't know. You know what I mean? Yeah, I'm hoping he don't know that background and content and shit.
In choosing how to react to this situation, your lifelong instincts will tell you to do one thing, but I implore you to do the opposite. Let the games begin.
Yeah, then the whole Trump connection. You gotta think about both boys and Nick Fuentes and, you know, Tariq Nasheed. Like it's a connection here, right? The alt-right boys, the red pill boys. Really trying to swing us with this nationality shit. So we don't need to be like talking yours. Right? I did the video on Tariq Nasheed as an agent.
Live or die.
Just fucked me up, man. Democratic Party bullshit. You know, trying to get niggas to go Republican, MAGA. Die. I don't know, I mean, we might be doing part 2, do some more research, but you pause and read this shit. I live quality, laid this shit the fuck out. Okay? Lay the goddamn rug out. Yeah. I'm live or die. Ride out, man. ADOS is a PSYOP. John Canton and white supremacist boys. Yvette Carnell.
I want to play a game.
LGBT agent. Fucking me up, my man Antonio Moore. Tone Talks. Tied in with this shit, but we been duped, y'all. My DNA too. We been duped, y'all. Yeah, they got us, man. And we went right here talking FBA, ADOS, and you can like read the back of the label on this shit. This shit got white supremacists on the back of the label, LGBT, niggas lying, MAGA. Wait a damn minute. That fair shit you was working with?
Live or die.
Man. Let me know what you think in the comments, man. Don't let the track breathe. Like and subscribe, share the video. Stay on your pivot. Shout out everybody that business. Stay on the pivot.